Hey, I'm Ayuma Michelle and welcome to Let's with Ayuma. This is an online safe space that I started to empower progressive women from all around the world, just like you and I, to thrive with purpose. Okay? So today I'm going to talk to you about what they don't teach you about preparation. And this was inspired by a lovely conversation that I recently had, and I'll share with you about it later on. But you know what time it is. If you've enjoyed watching my content so far, please subscribe to this channel. And also to the new subscribers, welcome to this channel. I hope that you keep finding more and more encouragement, tips, and great inspiration on your journey as a woman leader. And also, if you're new to this channel, welcome. Please watch this video and watch the next one. And if you dig it, subscribe, okay? And thank you so much for those of you who've subscribed and helped me, reach closer and closer to my goal. Help me reach 200 and share this video with a woman who you feel really needs to be encouraged by this message, okay? So thank you. So this topic, yes, we're going to talk about, I'm going to share with you what they don't teach you about preparation. And this was actually inspired by a really deep pep talk and purpose conversation that I recently had with a good friend of mine. And when I was just pouring into her, and she was also pouring into me. And when after speaking with her, she said, you know what, Ayuma, please share this content. Please share this information on your like with women out there, because what you've just shared with me is so impactful, and I'm not hearing many people talk about preparation in this way. And it would really be instrumental if you just shared this with maybe another woman like me out there who never knew, or who's not heard these words, especially during this time, okay? And the importance of this is because over the next 2 years, there's a friend of mine who's in global marketing, and she's also got very deep economic insights about the economy, about the global economy. And she said over the next 2 years, it is going to be, it is really going to be rough, from many parts of the world. And yes, I'm an optimist, but I'm also very pragmatic. So yes, I know that I've had this information. These are facts about the global economy. But also I'm an optimist in that, how do we look at this? How do we prepare in advance to thrive? Because for me, I desire for you ladies to thrive. And also I desire to thrive. So how can we think about thrive instead of survival, having received this information, right? And I realize that it boils down to your preparation, because you know what? Energy grows where energy goes. I honestly believe in this principle. So if you see how many hours actually go into your day, like just look at your day, study your day, and look at how many hours go, like most of your most creative and productive hours. Where does that go? What are you spending your most hours on? Because whatever it is you're spending your most productive hours on, because yes, not all 24 hours are our most productive, because there's a need for rest, there's a need for other things. But your most productive hours, where is your energy going? Wherever that energy is going, good or bad, that's what you're growing, right? And so having received this information that the global economy is seriously going to be rough for the next 2 years, how can we then prepare to thrive regardless? How can we prepare to thrive? We know history speaks about this. There are people who saw danger coming and trouble coming, and they prepared in advance. And during the worst of times, they actually thrived. I'm a born-again Christian, and I love using the example of Joseph. He knew that there was a time of great famine that was coming, and he prepared Egypt as second in command in Egypt, which is historically true. Just check, right? Just go and find out Egypt today, that whatever instrument, whatever law he actually placed, policy he placed in his country to protect his nation from oncoming famine, it's still in effect till today, that policy, right? Where people give a certain percentage to the government to take care, to have a reserve, right? And because of that, Egypt was the nation where other nations were coming to for food reserves and for other things. So that means even you, on your journey as a leader, you can be the leader people come to for help, for support, for resources, because you prepared in advance, right? I would like to speak that encouragement to you, right? So these are the things that I shared with my friend, but we'll have to first define what is preparation. According to the dictionary, preparation is action, the action or process of preparing or being prepared for use or consideration. So what exactly are we preparing for? And most of us, since we are leaders, and most of you who actually follow my channel, most of you are women in leadership and business especially, or you are senior level managers or mid-level managers in your organizations. These are the women, you are the women who actually follow me, and you are the women that I actually serve as my clients. So what exactly are we preparing or taking action to prepare for use or consideration? We want to be considered for great leadership. We want to be considered for great opportunities. We want to be considered for clients and partnerships, so that we can grow, so that we can have a great impact, but also so that we can financially thrive, right? So those are the things that we want. And you can also just comment below and say, what are you preparing for as a leader? Let me know, and so that I can also learn what are some of the things you ladies are preparing for. So this is the reality about preparation. Now that we've had the definition of the dictionary, right? In real life, you will really need to prioritize, right? A year like 2021, you will really need to prioritize. And now that we've had the next 2 years, you will really need to prioritize. Meaning, if before you were carrying 5, right now you need to be thinking about 1 or 2, right? If your time was split amongst 10 things, right now you need to focus on doing one thing at 100% instead of 10 things at 10% each, right? Because energy grows where energy goes. If your energy is going into 10 things, you will need to focus on one, so that you get 100% out of this one thing you're most passionate about, right? And so this is not a time to split our priorities among so many things. This is not a time to split our energies in many things. This is a time to focus on the thing that you love the most, but also focus on the thing that gives you the most rewards from this thing that you're preparing for. So it looks, and also preparation looks very different in people's lives. Preparation for me, it does not look like the type of preparation for that you will need in your life, right? And so because of this, it is okay to not please do not compare your preparation with other people. Please do not compare yourself with other people. And this is something major that I've learned, especially as I've been inquiring with women who are wiser, older, more experienced than me. Preparation on their journey looked completely different from me. Preparation maybe meant letting go of some things. For me, it maybe means holding on to some things or adapting new things. So please be patient with yourself. Be very patient with yourself, and realize that your season of everyone is in a season of preparation, whether they know it or not. They're in a season of preparation, and so whatever it is that you need to prepare for, it does not need to look like like everyone else. Maybe it is your season of just being on the grind, or maybe it's your season of adapting new things or changing a few things. But either way, all of us are changing, but change looks different for all of us. And so these are the different ways in which people are preparing. This is what I shared with my friend, and she found it to be very insightful, because she was like, oh my goodness, I now know what preparation is. And I will just mention this because I've realized many women I've been speaking with have really been resisting change. Please realize this is not a time to resist change. This is a time to adapt to change. If you know you're supposed to be going online, please go online. Because remember, there's a time capsule here. I'm seeing it as an opportunity. Other people might see it as, oh my gosh, this is a season of of suffering, or of really trying to survive and stuff like that. No, I'm sharing with you this information so that you can prepare to thrive. But you cannot thrive if you're not adaptive to change. The people who truly succeed are always adaptive to change. They are not attached to how things used to be. Please adapt to change. If you need to be online, please go online. If you need to start looking for opportunities in a different field that maybe is new for you, please do it. If you need to change your systems and operations and your approach and your business model, please change it so that you can thrive. Because if you do not adapt to change, then when the thing comes, when finally after the season of preparation, what happens? The thing comes, growth happens. And so when you cannot hit the level of growth that you wanted if you did not change, if you did not adapt, right? So this is what preparation could look like for you. And obviously this list does not exhaust everything, but this list helps you see what could preparation look like for me in this season, and how could I adapt to change so that I thrive, especially over the next 2 years, which we have been told is seriously going to be quite interesting around the world. So number one, preparation could be healing yourself. Preparation is healing yourself. And the reason why this is important, an example is like maybe you need to start really working on your mental health. Because guess what? You cannot operate and you cannot create when you literally feel like you have a gun to your head. That's what mental health conditions can do to you sometimes. You cannot create, you cannot think healthily, you cannot manage good relationships in business and at your workplace when your mental health is suffering, right? So, and also when you are suffering, you cannot be your most productive. So maybe this means this preparation is healing yourself. Maybe you need to check in on your mental health, or maybe it actually means separation. Do you need to separate yourself from spaces, from people and relationships and partnerships that have caused you grief, that are costing you maybe progress or growth? Maybe you need to separate yourself from people who are costing you growth, from people who are costing you peace. Maybe sometimes it means physical separation, but maybe it means canceling and ending partnerships. There's a woman in one of my networks, my women networks, who said, I really feel bad that a beautiful partnership has come to an end. And I'm really scared that I may never find such a partnership. But I asked her, maybe this season has come to an end. What if this is the season you're supposed to open up to an even better partnership? Because whatever this season that you've come from, you've learned something, and I'm sure it was not perfect. So what if this season is the one to actually prepare you for an even better partnership? So think openly, think abundance. Let go of the old and grab onto the new and create room for the new. So maybe preparation for you in this season is healing. And yes, healing is equally important in business, equally important on your growth journey, equally important in your career. So maybe preparation for you is healing yourself. And also, number two, maybe preparation is finally doing and taking action. To the point that I was speaking about before, which is about adapting to the new way of doing things. Maybe this is the time you start doing the thing which you've been delaying, because delay can be a tactic, right? Delay can be a tactic of procrastination or not getting to do the things that you need to do. Maybe your business is telling you, please, let's go online. Maybe your business is telling you, put your face on your work, because people don't know who you are. And if people know who you are, they will probably believe in your business more, support it more, and even putting your face on your business and the kind of work that you're doing, that will speak as authoritative, it will speak as authentic, and it will build trust with your audience. So stop hiding, stop doing things the way you used to do, and start doing things the new way. Go online. Start doing things higher, with a higher thinking, right? Start thinking, how can I grow? Maybe this is the time to focus more on the thing that I've always wanted to do. Maybe this is the time to launch that project. Launch it. Publish. Whatever it may be. If you need to publish something, publish it. If you need to create posters for this offering that you've always wanted to offer, create that poster and share it. If you need to finally register your business, register it, right? And if you need to start speaking up about this thing that you're really passionate about, guess what? Niche is not an audience. Niche is being yourself and allowing people to get attracted to you being yourself. So finally, this is time to finally speak up about the things you're most passionate about. Because guess what? This is the passion economy, right? So please do it. Maybe preparation is doing, so that the next season that is coming, You will start experiencing a certain grace and flow and ease that maybe you never did before, because preparation looks like doing stuff, including doing the hard stuff. So do it even if you're afraid. Do it even though you don't feel like you are equipped enough. While you're doing, you then become better and better and better. But you'll never get there if you don't do, okay? Also, maybe preparation is researching and learning. Many of you don't know that, but I've shared this before. When I started Let's in 2015, it took me 2 years of learning, of researching, and also doing. And guess what? 2 whole years of no revenue. I got no revenue for 2 whole years. But guess what? I was so determined to learn about this storytelling, to see what it looks like as a service, to see what it looks like in the global dynamics, to even start creating an actual service out of it. Even before I got my very first client, I started preparing for them. I started creating the structures. I started creating the flow of the sessions. I started creating the pricing models. I started preparing. Because of researching and learning, I also got lots of confidence on how can I do this Ayuma style that will make it unique, that people will come to me as a coach just because it's Ayuma style. You get what I mean? And because of that, I've been able to serve 400 women from around the world, 5 whole continents, more than 700 hours of coaching. Why? Because it took 2 whole years of researching and learning and doing it afraid, doing it even though I didn't know how it would end up. I did it anyway. So maybe it looks like this is the time of researching and learning. So keep learning, keep researching, so that you can be the very best, so that you can be a thought leader in your sphere of influence. It is possible, right? But this looks like preparation. Maybe number 4, preparation for you looks like building. Maybe this is the time to start building your finances. This is the time to start building your investment, diversifying them, diversifying your portfolio. Maybe you had a savings account. Maybe this is the time to start looking for a money markets account. Maybe this is the time to look at government bonds, because guess what? Bonds are the most stable and the most secure, and risk averse, right? Maybe this is the time to start looking at purchasing land, whatever it may be. This is the time to start building maybe on your finances, on your investments, so that when that season comes, the season of preparation ends, you will go into a season of flow, a season of grace, because you have prepared in advance. Maybe this is the season to build your networks. Realize your networks is your net worth. It's not really about the money you have in your bank, but it's about the people that you know. Are you speaking? Do you have people who are speaking up, who are mentioning your name in spheres and in rooms of opportunities? And are you also doing the same for other people? Are you mentioning people's names in room of opportunities? Because guess what? It always comes back to you. Are you building your networks, right? Or are you building your team? Maybe this is the time you stop doing things alone and you start sharing that work. There are many people who are looking for job opportunities right now. Can you reach out to that person who's really great at what they do? Start partnering with them. That's actually how I've managed to reach Let's at 5 years. I have reached out to friends who are great at what they do. They are consultants, and I actually put money on them. I put money on them so that I can build my website, so that I can manage my finances, so that I can learn how to do marketing better, so that I can learn how to become a better coach. I put money on my friends and their businesses so that I can share the work, so that we can do more work together. Okay? So what does building look like for you? And lastly, but not least, because again, you might have more tips for me which you can share below. What does preparation look like for you in this season? Lastly, but not least, preparation looks like waiting. And I know. It may sound daunting. It may sound like, oh my goodness, how can we measure waiting? You can't. Waiting is waiting. It may take a year, it may take days, it may take weeks or a month, but waiting is waiting. But the most important thing is, if you've done all of these, then sometimes waiting just looks like waiting. Keep doing what you're doing as you wait. Maybe this looks like waiting for an opportunity. You've worked hard, you've done the research, you've built the systems, and you've pitched for that opportunity. And maybe you've applied for those opportunities, and maybe you've sought out, maybe you've done a call to action to receive certain opportunities or certain applications. Waiting is waiting. There's no other way to wait than to wait. Wait patiently, wait with purpose, and wait with presence, knowing that you've done your best. Maybe you've done the very best that you can ever do. And maybe this is the season of waiting, you know? Because time is the best storyteller. It always tells and reveals what you've been waiting on. Time always reveals the quality of your preparation. So waiting is waiting. It may be opportunities, it may be love, it may be you're waiting for some partnerships to mature or some relationships to mature. As you keep doing the good thing, just wait. It will happen in good time. Okay? So, what does preparation look like for you in this season? Please comment below. I would love to learn from you. What does preparation look like for you in this season as we are navigating within a very uncertain time, but now knowing that we are really getting into a very, very interesting season in the global economy? Just think of this. We are thinking pragmatically, but also we are thinking about thriving, not just surviving. So let's be patient with ourselves and with others while on this preparation journey. Be patient with yourself. The hardest people we are on in this entire world, it's actually ourselves. And I believe that if you're patient with yourself, you will extend the same to others. If you love yourself a bit more and you're kind to yourself, you will then extend it to others. Because get what? Hurt people hurt other people. But healed people extend healing onto other people. So please be patient with yourself and be present with the kind of preparation that you genuinely need during this time in your life. Also, realize it may take days, preparation, whatever it is you're preparing for. It may take days, it may take months, it may take even years. But whatever it is, please stay present and focus. This is not time to start comparing yourself with other people. This is not time to start thinking of fixating on your past and being anxious about your future. No. This is time to just be present because you have control of yourself and your life on what is happening now, not in the past and not in the future. You can shape all of that right now. Okay, that's what, manage your expectations. That's what you're in control of right now. And also be present in this season, which I have actually shared, because guess what? By being present in this season, by putting in your 100%, by focusing, by preparing, by building, by researching and learning, by taking action and doing things even though they are hard, by doing this, when the next season hits, and this is the importance of being present during your preparation journey, when the next season hits, when your season of growth hits, it will need you to hit the ground running. You will not have time to go and say, oh, can I do this a little bit? Oh, can I go and research this a little bit? No, it will need you to hit the ground running, right? So as you prepare for that season of growth, which will require you to hit the ground running, this is the time that you prepare with presence. This is the time that you focus on all of that researching and learning and doing. Because when that season of growth comes, my dear, you do not now want to start doing the things which you ought to have been doing during the season of preparation. Okay? So, that's all for today. I really hope that this is meaningful to you, just as my friend found it to be meaningful. And please share below, comment below, what does preparation look like? What are you preparing for during this season? Because I desire for you to thrive. And please share this video with a woman in your life who could find this beneficial, or even somebody in your life who could actually find this information beneficial. Okay? So, please like, comment, and subscribe to that little button over there if you've really enjoyed this content, and watch another video. And please remember to subscribe to this channel and help me reach my goal of 200. Whatever it is, my dear, that you're preparing for, may it come to fruition, may it come to life. So may you be present, may you be kind to yourself, and may you be courageous to do the hard things, so that when the next season of growth in your life comes, may you hit the ground running, but as you also soar with ease and also with grace. Okay, that is my prayer for you. That is actually my prayer for you. Okay, so this is Let's with Ayuma, an online safe space that I created to empower progressive women just like you and I from all around the world to thrive with purpose. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.